Supervisor training finale. What happens when it all goes wrong? Let me ask you something right away. What happens when everything is going right and then suddenly something goes wrong? Because that right there, that moment, that's what separates a supervisor from a leader. Now, before we go any further, as always, if this series has helped you in any way, if you've taken anything from these videos, hit that like button, subscribe, follow the channel, and turn on notifications. And most importantly, share this with someone in your shop. Because this kind of training, this kind of conversation needs to be happening more. Alright, so if you made it this far in this series, you've already seen what good supervision is supposed to look like. You understand the basics: communication, consistency, no favoritism, respect, accountability. You've seen what happens when leadership fails. You've seen how it drives people out. And if you've been paying attention, you probably started looking at your own shop differently. And that's a good thing, because awareness is where real change starts. But now, we're going to talk about something different. Something you can't plan perfectly for. Something that doesn't care about your schedule, your numbers, or your production goals. Injury. Because at some point in manufacturing it happens. And when it does, everything stops. And all eyes go to one person, the supervisor. So, what do you do first? You slow everything down. Production doesn't matter in that moment. Numbers don't matter. People do. You make sure that the person is safe. You call for help immediately. You follow your emergency procedures, no hesitation, no second guessing, because how you respond in this moment matters more than anything you've done all day. Now, here's the part that doesn't get talked about enough. After this situation is handled, your team is watching you. They're watching how you react. Are you calm? Are you in control? Do you communicate clearly? Or do you panic? Because your reaction sets the tone for everyone else. Now, after the immediate situation comes responsibility, documentation, reporting, communication with upper management, and most importantly, making sure it doesn't happen again. Not by blaming, but by understanding. Because accidents don't usually come from out of nowhere. There's always something behind them. A process issue, a training gap, a moment of distraction. And a real leader looks at that and asks, what do we fix? Now, not who do we blame? Now let's shift gears a little, because there's another issue that quietly builds in shops and in most supervisors and operators: burnout. And if you've been in manufacturing long enough, you've seen it. Good people start strong, stay consistent, carry the load, and then slowly they start to fade. Less energy, less engagement, more frustration, until eventually they're either checked out or gone. So why does it happen? A lot of times it's not just a workload, it's the environment of constant pressure, no recognition. It's solving the same problems over and over. with no real change. It's feeling no matter how much effort you put in, it doesn't matter. And supervision plays a role, a huge role in this, because they control the day-to-day experience. They control the tone. They control how people are treated. So, how do you prevent it? First, you recognize effort, not just results. People need to know how they're seen. Second, you rotate pressure. Don't let the same people carry, everything all the time. Third, you fix problems, not just talk about them. Nothing burns people out faster than repeating the same issue every day. And fourth, you communicate. You let people know what's going on, what decisions are being made, where are things headed, because uncertainty creates stress. Now, here's where we bring this all together. Everything in this series comes down to one thing. Leadership is not a title. It's a responsibility. And it shows up in moments in how you treat people, how you handle problems, in how you respond to things that's gone wrong, and how you prevent things from going wrong again. And if you've been watching this series and you've been applying even part of it, you already are ahead of where most people are. But here's the curveball. Knowing it and doing it are two different things. And that's where real leaders separate themselves. Now I'm going to leave you with this. If you're a supervisor, this is your opportunity. To the person that actually makes the job better for your team, not harder. If you're an operator and you've been watching this, you know what good leadership looks like. Don't settle for less. Push for better, because better leadership creates better shops. And better shops keep good people. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the biggest leadership issue that you're seeing right now? Drop in the comments. And if this series helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and share it. Because the more this gets out, the more things might actually start to change. And I'll see you in the next one.